What's good, fam? I know you thought after that last video you thought it was over with. You thought I was finna leave. I told you your boy had to get another load because we got to get the moving. And you probably thinking, man, BG, you left us hanging. You told us about the CPM. I saw when you put the gas on there. I saw when you said $3 a mile and you got the CPM for your variables. But that didn't help us. I didn't finish telling you everything. I told you about the CPM. That was the basics, baby. It's like school. I can't give it all to you at once. Because then, one, I might run out of stuff to talk about. Not really, because your boy talk all day. I'm not going to run out of stuff to talk about. But no, it's like bits and pieces because, man, let's be honest. Sometimes it's an overload for me when you get too much information at a time. It's only so much information. We might be having a good time, but I can't give it all at once because it's going to overload. It overloads me trying to remember to tell you all the stuff because I be having such a good time riding with you and you riding with me. I be forgetting. But no, man, we going to talk about it today because I want to make sure, because I hear so many people like y'all probably like me. Everybody in the world right now, and I love it, is doing entrepreneurship. I think, because I used to do it too. I used to do this, have this problem. I was getting it confused with entrepreneurship and basically working for myself. So, I'm going to tell you about the gas. We're going to talk about how these finances should work. Don't get me wrong. Again, it's more than one way to skin a cat, baby. We talked about that. It's a bunch of ways to do finances. I'm going to tell you how I'm doing it. Because, yes, I'm right now, might as well call it a solopreneur. I'm working for myself, working for my family. But we're going to show you how to transition to keep building so you can not just be entrepreneurs, but have other people working with you and for you. I know it's called for you, but I look at it different. You work with me. We work together. But either way it go, we going to talk about that. But first, I got to get this load, baby. I finally found a place. This is a tricky place. So I'm finna go ahead, run in here, grab the load. I'll find out where I got to go. Once we get loaded, I'm going to tell you where we're going so we can get up out of here because we got to ride. But I'll be right back with you, baby. Give me just a second.
Shoving one in the rest of the way.
I did a similar load to this twice. From Houston to Pueblo, West Colorado, and then from Pueblo, West Colorado to Atlanta.
Our stuff is on a month.
You ready? Because I'm ready. We locked and we loaded. And it's time to hit this road, baby. Hey, time to heat up this slab. You ain't even got to wait this time, baby, because this the end of the day and we're going straight into night rider mode. We finna burn up out this thing. We got 1,231 miles to go, baby, because you know where we headed? We headed to Lee's Summit, Missouri, baby. We're leaving up out of Daytona Beach, Florida. Florida, it's been real. We had a little fun. But then I started getting a little too hot. And it's time to get back to that Midwest, baby. Lee's West, Missouri. Lee's Summit, Missouri. Yeah. It's time to go see what y'all got cooking out there. 1,231 miles, baby. It's time for Mr. Get It There to get into action. Y'all ready? Because I'm ready. Don't worry, baby. You're going to see a little night riding, a little day riding. And when we get to the other end, because I liked how we did it this last video, get to the other end, we're going to talk some finance, baby, because we got to know how to grow businesses and build this thing and make it the truth. And I'll tell you what I meant earlier when I was telling you about the mileage. It'll all make sense in the end. Don't worry. Just ride with your boy. I'm going to take care of you, fam. Just give me a second to get up out of Daytona Beach, Florida. Let's get out of Florida, period, and get to going and head to Lee's Summit, Missouri, because it's bag season, baby. I'm going to tap back in with you in a minute.
Merge onto Northwest View Parkway, then turn right onto Northwest Technology Drive.
What a day, what a night, and what a day again. We made it. Let me find out where I gotta go to get this off, and I'll explain the amazing day we had. Just say mentally exhausted. But let me find out exactly where I gotta get this thing taken off it, and I'll pick you right back up. Man, fam, it's a new day. Yeah, I know y'all used to your boy giving you the update after the trip was over with, but man, after I got here yesterday to Lee Summit, your boy was Dunsky. And it wasn't necessarily just the drive, because that plays a factor. I'm not going to deny, because you know, Mr. Get It There, I'm a straight shot it. But man, that trip got added about an extra, almost say like two hours or so added on to it, because man, we ran into not necessarily some issues, but on that back end, well, not back end, after I got through Atlanta, which I should have knew something was up there, because normally I take the Atlanta bypass and go around, but when I checked the GPS, it said no, it was going to actually take me longer to keep going through Atlanta. And for once in my entire life, because I've been through Atlanta throughout my military career, all that, I didn't have no traffic. I'm talking about straight through, just smooth sailing. That should have been my first red flag that something was going to come up, because that was too easy. And sure enough, for those that have never drove like through Atlanta and all the other states, once you come out on that other side of Atlanta and Georgia, right before, you know, you get into like the Tennessees and all that, you start hitting hot hills, not mountains, not like Utah and all that over there, but they big enough hills. You're going up big hills, down hills, up and down, up and down. And that goes from Georgia to Tennessee, then through Kentucky. Up and down, up and down. And I swear the truckers, don't get me wrong, I love the truck drivers. I got much respect for them. Some of them, though, I be wondering how they got their CDL. Not even that. What they thought process be. Because, man, for about 6 to 8 hours, it was nighttime, too, so that made it even worse. You got the truckers that, they got them big boys. They haul, they get on up out the way. They be moving. Then you got them ones, they regulated. No problem. I understand having your speed can't go over 65, 67, 68, whatever that random number is. But I swear they was having a pissing contest. You have one in one lane doing maxed out, might be going 67, 68. Then a truck wants to pass that truck, and that truck can't go but 68. So one going 67, one going 68. The one going 67 ain't letting up to let them 68 go by, and 68 just won't sit behind 67. And then it's up and down in hills, and you know how they go. Whatever they carrying that weight, when they going down the hill, they moving. But when they go up that hill, that 67, 68 drop down to 45, 50 real fast. We run into them clusters, me and a group of cars and other people, run into them in the cluster, ride like that for miles on miles on miles. And then when you finally get past them, like, yes, open road again, you run into another cluster. That went on for like 6 to 8 hours in my mind. I just did that by mileage. I did the distance to see how long it actually took. But man, when I looked at the time and I realized once I got out of that, it added like an hour and something to the time. I'm like, man, this is horrible. But it was cool. Your boy don't be tripping. Things happen. I understand everybody just trying to get where they going. But then, got out of Kentucky and all that, and I'm in Missouri. I'm like, I'm smooth sailing, baby. I even crossed through Illinois, but Illinois wasn't a problem. It was in and out. Got to Missouri, thought I'm smooth sailing. Man, St. Louis, I ran into that morning traffic. I had it clocked out. Well, I was supposed to be on the other side of the morning traffic, but the hiccup and all the other 3 states slowed your boy down. So now I'm in traffic. That added another 45 minutes or so. So all around 2 hours or so. But anyway, your boy got here, dropped off. And you know, I'm one of those people, I'm an overthinker sometimes. I learned how to check it a little bit, but my mind wasn't working. I just couldn't even, after I dropped the load, I couldn't even think of the words to tell you because we had to talk numbers, baby. And I couldn't even get the numbers straight in my head. I said, you know what? I got to tell them tomorrow. There's got to be transparency. Your boy was done mentally. Body, physically, I was good. I'm talking about I got to the hotel, looked for some more loads, but mentally, I couldn't hold a thought to save my life. So I couldn't give you the information because I try to be as transparent and authentic, and I didn't want to be messing up what I gave you. So here we are, baby. We done with that load. Finished yesterday. We came from Daytona Beach, Florida to Lee's Summit, Missouri. 1,231 miles. I tried to get her to pay me like $12.40, $12.50 because that was going back and forth. She came up with $12.38. It was random. I don't know. I was like, I'm not finna argue with you over $12. Remember, I told you we're not going back and forth. She was cool and all. She was like, that's as much as she can get them to go up to. I was like, cool, I'll take the $1 a mile. $12.38 for $1 a mile. And we finito, baby. And I told you we was gonna talk numbers. When you get that, let's go over the back. Let's go, because we talked about CPM. So you already know my rounded up fixed costs. So we did $950 to drop off in Jacksonville on Monday. Got here on Tuesday, dropped off to $12.38. You do the math, that's over $2,000. You know my fixed numbers are the $1,800 something. Remember I told you, I pay my bills up front. So even though this is towards the end of the month, I want you to use these numbers to kind of help yourself. So that's over that $2,000. That's how I just, like, if this was the beginning of the month, that took care of all my bills for the month in 2 days. Now it's time to get to work. And we're growing a business. I understand. I'm not talking to the individual. If you cool just being yourself, driving your van by yourself, because there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. Some people, being self-employed is amazing. You want to be self-employed, take care of your family, nothing wrong with that. I actually applaud you. Hey, because some people just, you don't want to work with. I ain't mad at you. Some people, introvert, extrovert. This is a real great business for somebody that's introvert because it's just you by yourself. So I'm not knocking you. I actually applaud you. I'm even happy you still getting the money. Now I'm talking to those that want to grow. If you want to grow this thing beyond yourself, remember, pay the bills up front. In business, you got to get rid of that mindset of you always got to pay yourself. Now, I'm not saying you don't pay yourself and have a good time. You're working hard. I mean, do that. But this is where the sacrifices come in, depending on what type of building you want to do. We sacrifice for everything else. We'll sacrifice for that trip. We'll sacrifice for our loved ones. But also with those loved ones, if you're trying to build something that's going to leave a legacy and grow and your loved ones can be all involved, this is where the sacrifice comes in. So you take care of them bills at the beginning of the month. So if I say that $2,000 from Monday in Jacksonville to Lee's Summit, take care of it. Now, the rest of the month, you got to start planning. Now, most people, for one, you already should know this, but if you don't, you have to separate the business and the personal finances. So get a whole nother bank account. You should already know that one. If you're not, hey, there's your highlight. Have a whole separate bank account. But this is where it comes in that people need to start taking into account. You need more than one business bank account. So you have your business bank. It could be the same account. Just have a savings. So remember I told you that $250 I automatically put away for maintenance? That just goes right away. I don't even see it. Don't touch it. Don't mess with it. That can be in the savings. Whatever you want. Some people get high yield savings account. It doesn't matter how you set it up. It doesn't matter how you set any of this up, but you need to separate these things so in order to build. So you got to separate that maintenance. Got to have it over there by itself. You don't touch that. That's for the maintenance of the van. Now, me and my wife and I, let's be politically correct, my wife and I, we're one of those people, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with credit, business credit, all that. But I'm one of those individuals. Now, my wife big on business credit, so I got to meet in the middle. But I'm one of those individuals, I got to be my own bank. I want to be my own bank, so the future behind me, when you need to get money from the family and all that, come to Bank of Graham. Don't go to the other banks. We going to give you the 0% interest rate, and we going to help you out. Bank of Graham. So that's something I learned over my years. So we're all our own bank. That's why when y'all are wondering like why I do certain things, it's like, no, this whole business mantra that we got going on, no finance outside of the vans being financed. We don't deal with nobody else. We are the bank. We stack bread for years. We got all this covered. But anyway, I'm telling you this part. So you got the money set aside for maintenance and all that. We talked about that in CPM. Here's the next business. So along the way, I'm always about getting gas cards and all that. I believe in having credit cards for emergencies, everything. But this is where you come in, where you stacking to build. You have to some type of way find a way to separate that gas. Now remember in the CPM we talked about this, that if we averaged it at that $3 a mile 10,000 miles a month. That roughly comes out, if you do the CPM correctly, for that particular example, $3,000 a month. That means I need to find a way. It ain't gotta be all in one month. Don't kill yourself trying to do this in a month. I'm talking about something you space out because you're building. Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time. You need to have some kind of way to set up something where you can start sliding money over that can cover your monthly expenses. Now I'm slowly giving you, they call it, I think, the Dave Ramsey snowball effect, but now we're just gonna apply it to business. You already should have that maintenance going over there because you want to build up a maintenance expense for, depending on your vehicle. Like the way I do it, I added what it would cost to replace an engine and what it would cost to replace a transmission. Those are the two biggest things in this van that you would have to replace. Figure out yours, run that maintenance account, that $250 a month, and when you have extra, throw it at it. Run that up to cover both of those. So for example, if the cost is $10,000, run that maintenance account up to $10,000. So if something happens to the van, you don't miss a beat of it. Run it up. Pray that the engine and transmission don't go out at the same time. But run that up and let it sit. You still add to it, but run that up first. Savings account, same thing. You want to run your savings account for your business. Most people say 6 months for personal. Man, we're building. Rome isn't a day. You want to run your the money you stash over to the side, me personally, up to about a year. If something goes wrong, and especially in transportation, we know how volatile these numbers get. It's going to take time. I know it sounds crazy when I'm saying now, but this is the sacrifice. Peel off a little at a time. Remember, we took care of our bills at the first of the month. And now, if you're one of those people that are self-employed and this van also has to take care of your household, you need to understand the household bills as well. So if the first couple of loads takes care of the business, you need to figure out those next couple of loads that takes care of your house, your personal needs. Get that money to the side. The sacrifice part. If you're trying to build, I'm not saying don't have fun here and there, but just don't start blowing it off. Remember, we talked about that in the 3 things, a few videos back, the 3 things that you need to know before you consider going in there. This is that money discipline. If it takes you 2 weeks to run up the bills for the business and for your household expenses, that next 2 weeks, again, not saying don't have fun, take your family out to dinner, go to the amusement park or the movie or something, but the rest of them 2 weeks should be that money that you're running up to put somewhere. Gas, because you want to run that up. The maintenance, whatever it is to replace that engine and transmission, start sliding that over there, separate from the actual maintenance, that regular maintenance. Or you could do it the same, it doesn't matter, because outside of that, but same, that maintenance account, you need to run that up to cover the engine and the transmission, the 2 biggest things in this cargo van. Run that up. Gas, run that up. Even if you have a gas card, you still want to run that up, because I'm trying to help you get to the point where you are the bank and you're not dependent on different creditors. Because if something goes wrong in the business, and say your gas card, you owe $2,500, your van, you owe this, you got a debit card, another credit card you use for expenses like food and all that other stuff. If something happens to the business, them bill collectors still want their money. So we need to figure out a way to slowly, again, you still want business credit, because we still have business credit stuff, because in case of big emergencies or just anything outside that we need to take care of. But run up that maintenance to at least cover that engine and transmission. Those are the 2 biggest. Run up that gas so you can at least have a month or 2 worth of gas, because when that time comes, then you won't need that gas card. Then you become the bank of the gas card. So you're going to be using the gas out the gas fund, whatever that card is, your debit card or whatever, and you're going to use that and keep replacing it, because now you just eliminated the fuel card. Now you're slowly becoming the bank. You run it up for the maintenance, and if something happens to the van, engine, transmission, anything, it could be even hoses and stuff like that, you take it out that fund. Now you're the bank for the maintenance instead of swiping that card card, paying all those interest rates. Those are the first 2. Now we still are trying to grow the business. The difference between, I already told you, entrepreneur, basically you're working for yourself as a solopreneur, but entrepreneur is where you start trying to get people involved. And if you're building the business, depending on how you want to build it, you got to pay employees. So we've already gotten into the practice, the habit of paying employees. For example, my wife, because we're keeping it in the family, baby. Everything's staying in the family. My wife gets a percentage of every load for basically dispatching, making videos, however you want to use it. Make up your own things. But we got in the habit of paying her. Granted, she can have all the money and touch all the money in the whole family, everything. But it's building habits. It's habit stacking. Stacking. As far as in maintenance, habit stacking gas, habit stacking to eventually having to pay employees. Now I know, family, we've talked about this. A lot of people hit me up like, who ride? Can we run under you? Trust me, as I'm building, me and my wife are building this business. Trust me, we're trying to get to that day where we got it where y'all can run with us, because you know we ain't finna do you like everybody else, baby. We gonna help you get the dollar plus a mile working with us. That's the whole goal. We want y'all over here because we want to make it easy. But either way, we'll get to that in a minute. But just know, when that time comes, we've already started practicing how we're gonna pay you. My wife gets a percentage. Granted, we're gonna figure all that out. But that's what you're starting to do. So we're paying maintenance, because this, remember, if you're trying to do it by yourself, this doesn't apply. You still can apply it if you just want to become your own bank, which I suggest everybody does, and just have credit cards in case of emergency. Don't even use them unless it's just extreme. But yeah, bank business yourself, but you got to slowly build that so you're not always having to look to, because that's what happens with most people. They have to always look to borrow. And if you don't keep up with it, you can look at certain magazines like FreightWire and all that other stuff. It's trucking companies going out, big ones too at that, going out left and right, going out of business. It's even smaller ones. We hate it. But that's because, like those larger ones, they had to go out of business because they leveraged their credit so much. And when the rates and stuff started messing up, they couldn't keep up. So they lost and had to go file bankruptcy. Same thing with people that have van notes or car notes or truck notes or all that are too high. They've ended up going out of business because they had too much tied up in creditors. So this is a slow process. So to give you an example, a couple of videos when everybody's like, man, you took a $350 loan. I wouldn't have did that. $250, I wouldn't have did that. Remember, those were the sacrifices for my family. What I was doing over here, I took those loads because that $250 or $350, however you want to do it, if it was a $250 load, I might have paid like $50 in gas. That was round trip. And that $200 didn't go over here. That 200 went straight to the maintenance or straight to the gas. I was slowly building those funds without actually leaving the house. I would go Dallas or some close and come right back home. You'd be like, why did your dad head home? My sacrifice. I wasn't staying in the hotel. I would take the $50, run out, deliver it, come back, and when it hits, that money, I never see it. Either maintenance or gas. It went straight to building one of those two things. And as it's building, I'm at the house, so I'm not wasting money on all that money on food, because I can make a sandwich at the house. It'll only be gone for like 6 hours. Go get it, drop off, come home, build. Those are those sacrifices. So that's what I was doing when y'all were wondering, why are you taking all these short runs? Build it up. And then when it comes time to take the long runs, I can take the gas from the money that I already built up with the gas fund, take the long runs, and say if it's $1,000 and it took 200 in gas that I had to pull from over there, now the sacrifice comes again. Because remember, we already covered the house bills, the business bills. This might be the second or third week, depending on how your bills go. Now when you make $1,000, remember we talked about the CPM, say 400 comes off of that. If we're high end, we got 600 left. We already put the money back for the CPM. Now that 600, you're on the road and your family's taken care of. How much do you really need? Pocket 100 or two, and then take that other 4 and start splitting it up. Maintenance, and then 1 in gas. Slowly start stacking it. And if you have a spouse or something, hey, make your spouse love you a little more. Give them 5-10% off a load. Because if you got $1,000 load and you throwing your spouse 10% every time, she or he, they gonna love you a little bit more. Don't tell them I told you. You could take that and keep that to yourself and just make it. We know you love them, but make it look like you love them a little bit more. Just give them 10% off your every load. 10%. Because we habit stacking. Put away for maintenance, put away for gas. And then you already covered the savings. You should already be doing it. I shouldn't have to explain that. Always cover savings. That's when I say pay yourself first. Throw some to savings. So habit stacking. That's how we're going to build this business. So when you see me taking those small loads, it ain't necessarily for the going in pocket. Most of the money goes to habit stacking and building. I don't even pay myself. But then again, my family and I, we're in a different situation. I don't have to pay myself. We're good. I've had my fun in life. I'm in grind season, baby. That's why I call daily grind with the grams. We in grind season, baby. We having fun, but we grinding. I don't even pay myself because I'm habit stacking. I'm not paying myself on the front end because when this business start running the way it should do, and again, let's go ahead and get it out the way. This ain't gonna happen overnight. This is like a 3 to 5 year process. That's a part of strategic planning. Remember, we talked about that in the 3 things you need to know coming in here. Patience. It's gonna take 3 to 5 years. It's a self-built thing. So hey, I'm not gonna hold you up. I know I not ran my mouth because you know my mind working now. Just be ready, baby, because it's time. Now, whether you stay solopreneur, doing your thing, I'm not mad. And don't the disclaimer, There's more than one ways to skin the cat. This is just how BG skinning the cat. This is how we doing it over here. I just be transparent to tell y'all in case y'all want to mimic what I'm doing. And granted, this ain't the first time I done it. We not done it before, baby. That's why me and my wife, my family, we straight. We don't even have to do this, but we love doing it. And we got to set up these kids behind us, man. Can't keep letting the process start over and over. After me and my wife gone, then my kids got to start it over. If they don't do nothing, then my grandkids. Somebody got to take it and bite the bullet and set it up. That's what me and my wife doing. We biting the bullet, having fun. Might be missing out on family time, but hey, with something going on, I can get skedaddle and go back anyway. Self-employed. So yeah, fam. Do it how you got to do it how you want to do it, but make sure you do it. Just don't sit stagnant. Whether it's building for your family, whether you're just doing something for yourself, go ahead and create that business. Go on, let's get up out of here, man. Let's go ahead and do it. That's all you have to do. So I hope this helped y'all, man. That's what we working on. And don't get it wrong. As we continue to go, I'm going to keep adding on what I'm telling you about, because, man, I ain't trying to overload your brain like I was yesterday where I had to wait to the day to tell you about this stuff. But now, fam, the day's starting to get away from me. We dropped that load. We got to see what we can do to get up out of Lee's Summit. We either going to find something today or we going to start looking to see where we deadheading. Talked about that already. To pick up something for in the morning. One way or the other, baby. We got to get this money because it's grind season and your boy's still hungry. I got to keep eating. But now, fam, I appreciate you as always sticking with me this long, because I know I went a little flown with this. I normally don't like to, but trying to get all the information to you all in one. See that video? This video finna be 20, 30 minutes long. And then they wonder why I won't give you all the information at once. Then we'll be sitting here for hours. I might need to go ahead and make a convention or something so we can all just come together for a day or two and just talk things out. Don't worry, that's a great idea. We already talked about it. I ain't finna make it seem like it's new. We gonna get together one day because we wants to meet y'all in person. But now, fam, I ain't gonna hold you up. And if you're new to this channel, baby, go ahead and hit that follow button. Go on, hit the subscribe on your boy. Now, it should be a family button, but you know what I mean. Go on, hit it and join the family. And everybody, including the day ones, you know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and best believe hit the notification button, because I got to get out of Lee's Summit, but you ain't gonna know where I'm going if you ain't hit the notification bell to let you know that your boy posted the next video. And matter of fact, we talking about posting the next video. Y'all go ahead and shout the wife out in the comments, because she's killing it with these videos. She's getting them out as fast as I can send them to her. Appreciate you, babe, as always. But nope, I got to get to moving, baby, because I ain't gonna make no money sitting still. But hey, as always, man, I hope y'all out there getting that bag. I hope all this information helped you. If it didn't, leave enough information in the comments. Ask questions. I get to them. No, I'm out here running, so when I do stop, I'm gonna answer them. But yeah, go ahead and let your boy know. But as always, until the next video, because I got to go, I want y'all to stay blessed.